Good evening, y'all. How you doing? I'm doing okay. It's been 10 days since my surgery, and I'm healing pretty well. The incision is itching a lot, so I know it's, doing well with healing. There hasn't been any kind of drainage or, any sign of infection, so that's good. Um, My sweet little Lovey had her surgery on Thursday. They kept her overnight Thursday and Friday. By Saturday, she still wasn't eating, but I pretty well knew it was because she missed me and wanted to be home. So I convinced the doctor to let me bring her home instead of leaving her there over the weekend, which of course the vet agreed to. And almost as soon as we got home, she started eating the food I was giving her, which was wet cat food, which she didn't eat a lot at one time, but she's never been one to eat a whole lot at once. But she's been eating, and now she's going through a whole can, sometimes a can and a half of wet cat food during the day. She's moving around a lot. She's using the bathroom. She's extremely attached to me. Yesterday, our habit was, she would eat a little bit of food, then she would come to me. I would lift up my topmost blanket. She would crawl under it on top of my other blanket and crash in my lap and go to sleep, and I would doze with her. Then she would get up, go get something to eat, and do it again. So we did that all day yesterday. So um, I got a lot of rest during the day, which was great because I had my little girl with me. Um, she's under my covers right now. She's getting a little restless, so I think she's going to be getting up to get some food here in a few minutes. But I mean, her eyes are bright and she is up moving around. She's healing very, 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 very well, just like I am. So bringing her home was certainly the right thing to do. And I couldn't have taken another night without her. Um, Tomorrow I've got my post-op appointment with my doctors. So pretty much from 9:30 until probably 4, I'm going to be gone. My aunt and uncle are taking me to my appointment in Salem, but she also has an appointment. So her appointment's at like 11:30. She'll get done with that probably around 1:30, 2 o'clock. We'll drop her off to do her shopping that she wants to do. And my uncle will take me to my appointment. And then we'll get done with everything and then go home. But it's going to be the whole day away from home. And I'm really going to hate that. But it can't be helped. It's just the way it's got to be. But it's been great having her home. And I knew I'd be able to get her to eat. And she is. So, I really can't ask for anything better. I'm just glad we got that spleen out of her. Because if it had stayed in much longer, I think her chances of survival would have been a lot less. And I'm not ready to give up on my girl, period, ever. About I don't know, year and a half ago, she and I were talking, I know, facetiously, but I was talking with her and, letting her know how much I love her and how much of my heart that she is. And she, of course, promised me she'd never leave me, so I'm holding her to that. Just so you all don't think I'm serious, I know she was not talking to me. She did not promise me that. But I can say it and laugh about it because I know if she could hold a conversation with me, she would say it. She doesn't want to be without me, and I don't want to be without her. I've had I've had so many pets over the years, and she is the one that has been the absolute closest to me in a long time. All my cats and even my tarantulas are special to me in different ways, but Lovey is my heart and soul. And I certainly am not ready to be without her. I probably never will be ready to be without her, but definitely not right now. Um, we've got too many more memories to make. So, uh, keeping her healthy is my number one priority after myself. So, uh, my counseling that I was supposed to have had 3 weeks ago had to be postponed, and we had it today. And, it was a good session. I talked to her, we started out, how was Christmases and everything, and I let her know how mine went and the fact that my kids video chatted me throughout the whole things and that I spent the evening with my aunt and uncle for dinner. And, she asked how things were going, and I'm like, going okay. So she knew something was up, so we finally got around to it, and I let her know, everything that had happened with Lovey from that morning. I found her not doing well up to now. And I admitted how the stress has been really high for me. The fact that I had to have surgery as well. There were things I had to get done around the house before my surgery. And, she asked me how I thought I handled everything, meaning the added stress and everything. And I told her, I said, I've done better than I would have even a year ago. I didn't isolate. I stayed in contact with people. I got out of my head more. I did work on my crafts and played my games. And, I went out a few times to do what needed to be done and talk with people. So even though it was severely stressful, I did a lot better than I would have before, and I give myself major props for that. Because, normally when shit like this goes down, I really get in my head and I swirl down into that deep, dark abyss and I stay there. And I didn't this time because, I have more tools in my box to help me cope with things. And from that morning when I found her and knew something wasn't right, I knew I did everything that was needed to be done. And I And I did everything as expeditiously as possible. Now, do I wish she could have had surgery sooner than last Thursday? Of course, but I knew I could not take care of her and take care of me right after having surgery and needing to heal from it. So I had to put it off for a week so I could heal somewhat. That way I would be healthy and competent enough to devote my time to taking care of her and making sure she was good. And that's also a big step for me because normally, probably a year, maybe 2 years ago, I probably would have canceled my surgery or rescheduled it so I could have had her in sooner. And that would have been more detrimental to my health. And, you know, I knew, excuse me, I knew I needed to take care of myself before I could take care of her properly. And that's what I did. Um, so, maybe I could have handled things over the past 3, 4 weeks a little better, but I think I've done pretty damn good in doing what needed to be done and handling the stress of everything a lot better than I would have normally. Um, it's been wonderful having her home. She was up at the vet from Thursday morning until Saturday morning, and after her surgery, she did not want to eat at all. She was lethargic, of course, but she was also on pain medicines. But, they were leaning towards keeping her over the weekend, and I'm like, no, I will bring her home. I will get her to eat. If something starts to go wrong, I'll be able to either get her emergency help over the weekend or bring her back Monday morning. Today being Monday, she's been eating excellently, using the bathroom, walking around when she's not attached to me. So she is feeling a whole lot better, and she's a lot happier and feels a lot safer being home with me, which is why I did that, because I knew with our bond that we have, I knew, being up there without me was not going to help her recuperate. So, the best thing was to bring her home and take care of her, which I knew I could do. So, yeah, my ass still hurts. It really does. But it's healing. And I say it's my ass because that's where the battery pack for my spinal cord stimulator is. It's in my right ass cheek. So, yeah, it does still hurt. But it's not so much that I can't do what needs to be done and I don't get any rest, because I do. Excuse me. I'm actually going to be going to bed here real soon because I got to be up early in the morning to meet up with my aunt and uncle at 9:30 in the morning. So, I hadn't posted a video in a few days about everything going on, and it's been really good watching her heal, watching her get more back to normal. Yeah, over the past weekend, I did kind of neglect my housework a little bit because, my butt was hurting, my back was hurting, I wasn't feeling the best, and I didn't want to be away from my little girl. So, that's been more important than washing a few damn dishes. So, I'll wash them tomorrow after I get home. No worries. But we all have stress, and sometimes it's more than we think we can deal with. And God knows, you know, with everything I've had go on in the past month and 10 days, along with the fact that this is the time that 3 years ago I lost four of my cats in a 2-month period, that makes it really difficult too. But I have a lot more peace about things, and I know how to handle things a lot better. Maybe not perfectly, but a lot better than I would before. I still, when I get stressed, I still have that tendency to self isolate. I can't help it. It is part of me, but I do fight it. And I have, reached out to my friends. I've talked and chatted with friends, my kids. I've talked with them, quite a few times over the past 2 weeks. I've texted and talked to my ex, and he was really super supportive of how upset I've been because of everything, because he knows how much this little girl means to me. So, I've had a lot of support, and I didn't just stay secluded in my own head, ruminating and spiraling down that deep abyss. I I've done a lot better, but it has been very, very, very stressful on me and my Crohn's disease. uh, but I'm making it through. You want under, baby? There we go. She's getting under the covers with me. My sweet little girl. So, it's a work in progress, but I haven't stopped living because of the stress. During that time, I still did my diamond paintings. I still played on my Xbox. I still interacted with people. So it's been pretty good. One of the main things my counselor wants me to do is journaling. Never been a big fan of journaling. One thing that we've been doing this whole time that really has helped me has been writing letters to other people, to myself, you know, just writing letters and expressing things that way. And that has been very helpful. And it's helped me be more insightful. But just sitting down, writing my thoughts on a daily thing, it's not my thing. Um, I know she would really love to see me do that, but it's just not something I can get used to. As much as I wish I were that kind of person, I'm just not. But on the flip side of that is I know whatever is going on in my head, I can call my boys and talk to them about it. And that is even better than writing it down in a journal, because that way I get real-time feedback and, not only acceptance of the way I feel, but, maybe a different perspective on how to look at things. So, I'm definitely taking advantage more of the tools that I have to help me get through something without spiraling into that dark abyss that I always used to do. Yeah, the week before my surgery, I got a lot done during that week because I knew I wasn't going to be feeling well. So I straightened up my living room, which was filled with Amazon boxes, broke them all down, put them all in a box, got them ready to take to the dump. I cleaned up my bedroom. I did every bit of laundry that I had. I washed, dried, folded, and put away, which I'm really terrible about putting them all away. But I got all that done. I vacuumed. I cleaned my kitchen. I did the cooking that I needed. That way, all I had to do was reheat some food. That way, it was less pain on me. So there was, even though there was a lot of stress, there was a lot of good that came from all the time this month. So I'm extremely proud of how I've handled everything and everything I've accomplished so far. Tomorrow is going to freaking kill me leaving her alone, but it has to be done. And then Wednesday, I'm taking her back up to the vet so we can do lab work. They can check her post-op incision and, all that fun stuff. So it's going to be a busy week. But I am going to get as much rest as I can tonight, get up early, head to my appointment, and, go from there. But my little love bug and I are healing well. We are supporting each other and bringing each other comfort. So it can't get much better than that. So, all right, I'm tired. I'm on my way down. So sorry. Thank you all for watching. I do very much appreciate you taking the time. I hope y'all have a great night. And just remember, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.